So I bought 2 refurbished Xbox Series S consoles from GameStop, and in this video we'll unbox them and check out the condition, we'll test them out and make sure they work, and then we'll also open them up and see if GameStop actually refurbished anything. So I have one of the consoles in this box and the other one is in another identical box. Let's go ahead and open up the first one. So from the outside, the cardboard box looks pretty good. So we actually have some packaging in here, which is good to see. And we have an Xbox pre-owned console box. Let's go ahead and take that out. So I haven't talked about pricing yet, but I paid $265, which is $15 less than the Go for because I had a gift card. So basically $280 for a refurbished console. You can buy a new one for $300. I don't think that's a great deal, no matter how good of condition this is in, but you know, to each their own. So here's the box. Actually looks pretty good. And I've actually already purchased one of these before, but I saw they still had a bunch in stock, and I decided I wanted to take a gamble on a couple more consoles from GameStop because, you know, the chances of GameStop messing something up is pretty high. So I wanted to check it out and see if we could find one that they messed up. So you know what's fun, free, and sponsoring today's video? Well, they're back again, and they're better than ever. It's Raid Shadow Legends, the greatest mobile game of all time. Use my QR code or links down below to download Raid yourself for free. It works on mobile phones or a PC. So have you ever seen an elf? You know, those guys and girls with pointy ears that make gifts for Santa to deliver? Well, Raid has some elves as well, except they also have some elves in the dark variety. The high elves and the dark elves have been trying to get along for 700 years, but it's just not happening. Apparently, time does not heal every wound. If you ask me though, I'd say the dark elves are pretty cool. Lydia the Death Siren is my favorite. I mean, who doesn't love a good bad guy? Personally, my favorite part of Raid is summoning champions in the portal. You never know what kind of champ you're gonna get, and I really mean that. With over 600 champions in the game, you're gonna see some weird champs, some cool champs, and even a few that make you question your life choices. There's seriously never been a better time to get started, and if you use my link or scan the QR code on the screen, new players will get a free starter pack worth almost $30 to start your game. We're talking about a free champion, 200k silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in the game. You'll find those rewards in your inbox the next 30 days only. So once you're in, you can find me in game under the name JRob00021, and if you're fast, you can join my clan. And it's that easy. Just click the link in the description and I'll see you in the game. So you got a certified pre-owned. I don't know why it says pre-owned because it's refurbished, but oh well, clean, tested, and guaranteed. So I don't know, man. My thought right now is that they are mixing up the refurbished and pre-owned tags. Typically pre-owned or used as a console that was traded in and wasn't actually fixed or cleaned up or anything, and refurbished is usually a console that was fixed or cleaned up or something. So it's interesting that they sell them as refurbished right now, but the box says pre-owned. So I don't know if they're mixed them up or what, but on their website right now, the Series S does not have any used consoles. They only have refurbished. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. But let's go ahead and see what we got inside of here. So I mentioned this in my last video, but I do like their packaging now. They're actually packaging it in a way that makes sense and keeps the console secure. So let's go ahead and see what we have in here. We got our classic little startup guide that I don't care about. So we have an actual Xbox HDMI cord and power cord. And then of course, here's our controller. So here's the controller, and it actually looks really good. I don't see any scuffs or anything on it. And the thumbsticks look good. You know, in the last console I bought from GameStop, the thumbsticks actually looked like they had been replaced. But these look like the OEM. The buttons all click. D-pad feels good. Triggers feel good. And if you open up the back, it looks like it has not been opened because that screw hole is not poked through. So yeah, not sure they actually refurbished anything here. Now they could have removed this entire sticker and then taken the screw out, but they probably did not do that because that's the long way, the harder way to do it. And then of course we have the actual Series S in here. So let's go ahead and take this out. And like I mentioned, I'm a fan of how they packed this. It actually keeps it very secure. And so here's the console. On top looks really good. I don't see any scuffs or marks or anything really. There's a little bit of dirt there, but that's extremely small amount. And then here on the side, we actually have kind of a dent on the side a little bit. Nothing crazy, but that's just something to point out. Buttons click well. Got some dust and grime or whatever, but nothing crazy. Here on the bottom, we got all 4 rubber feet, which is good to see. Looks a tad bit dirty on the bottom. On this side, we got all 4 rubber feet as well. This side looks good too. And then last but not least, you can see on the back, it definitely has been opened before because you can see the 2 stickers have been tampered with. And then manufacture date is December 2020, so this is one of the earlier consoles. So this console does look like it has a little bit of wear and tear and looks like it has been opened up. But so far, so good. Let's go ahead and open up the second console and then we'll test both of them out. So console number 2, let's go ahead and open her up. So far it looks exactly the same as the other console. Got pretty much the same packaging. Got our packing slip in here. I paid the exact same price for this one, and here we go. So the inside box looks good as well, pretty much exactly the same as the other one. Again, it says certified pre-owned, but down on the sticker it says GameStop refurb, so I don't know if they're mixing up the titles now or what, but let's go ahead and open this one up too. So we got the same little box on top, which we'll check out and see what's inside. Alright, so here in this box, flip open the lid. You got our same setup guide we don't care about. We have a HDMI cord, power cord. Oh, and we actually have a different colored controller here. So this is actually the controller. Oh no, that's interesting. So now we're getting to the GameStop level of stuff. They gave me the controller. Okay, so this one is interesting. Sorry guys, I was kind of at a loss for words because I was trying to figure out what was going on with this controller because it looks different. Now I was trying to look for my official Series S controller, but I couldn't find it. I just moved and I don't know where it is right now. But basically, this controller looks like a lot of things have been replaced. So first of all, the first thing you notice is the battery pack on the back is black, which shouldn't be with a white controller. So the battery pack has been replaced. You can see there's a screw hole right there, or a hole where they got to the screw. So it's been opened up and things have been changed out. Another thing is that these triggers and this top piece is supposed to be white on the official Series S controller, but it's black now. So that piece has been replaced. This middle button right here is supposed to be black with kind of like a white insert where the X is on the official Series S controller, so that's been replaced. These buttons are supposed to be white, so it seems like random things have been replaced. Not sure if they had gone bad or if they were like, you know, faded out or what, but it looks like they replaced them. And the thumbsticks look good though. Everything else seems to click and feel just fine. So one thing I'm looking at now is I'm trying to figure out if these thumbsticks have been replaced. Somebody told me in the past that the replacement ones kind of have like a seam on the side, and it's really hard to see here given that it's black and it kind of blends in, but I think there might be a seam right there and same right there. And I was looking at the other controller as well, and it kind of looks like the same thing. Hard to tell, but I think there's some sort of seam there, at least more so than an OEM controller that has not been messed with. So I'm not exactly sure if the thumbsticks have been replaced. I wouldn't be surprised, but maybe they have been. But nonetheless, it's always interesting to see what GameStop does with stuff like that. With controllers, they like to swap parts and make it look kind of unmatched. So I'm not too surprised by what they did there. And so here's the console. So this one looks pretty good on top. I see a couple little scuff marks, but nothing crazy. Front looks good as well. Both buttons click just fine. Here in the bottom, we got all 4 rubber feet, but we actually do have a good bit of dirt on the bottom. But again, nothing crazy. This side looks good. Got all 4 rubber feet, which is good to see. That side looks good as well. And then here on the back, not sure what this yellow sticker means. Maybe somebody in the comments will know, but definitely something that came from GameStop. Manufacture date is August 2021, so this thing is actually less than a year old. So it should still be under warranty, and it doesn't look like it's been opened up, unless GameStop has some replacement pads here. But I'm assuming they don't, considering the last one I opened up had some, they looked tampered with and looked like they didn't bother to replace them. But despite the fact that it looks like it hasn't been opened up, we'll still open it up and check it out. So next thing we'll do is we'll plug these consoles in and test them out real quick and see if they work. So we have console number 1 plugged in. Let's go ahead and try to boot it up. Cool, so we got life there. Let's go ahead and try to connect this controller as well. Alright, cool, so I booted up, controller connected. Let me go ahead and set this Xbox up and then I'll come back. So we're all set up and updated. Let's go ahead and log into this thing now. And boom, here we are. Alright, so on the home screen, and obviously this is the digital console. As you can see, there's no disc drive, so we can't try a disc game. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Game Pass and just I'm going to find a game I already own, and I'm just going to download it, and we'll see if it works. So we're going to download this lawn mowing simulator game demo I played a while back. It's actually apparently optimized for the Series X and S, so let's go ahead and install that. Shouldn't take too long because it's not too large, but I'll come back once it's done. So our lawn mowing simulator is downloaded. Let's go ahead and boot it up, and we'll make sure the game works. So apparently the demo is no longer available, I think because the official game is out, because it just kicks me back to the main menu. Oh well, but clearly the game is loading up and working, so we'll consider that a pass. And let's go ahead and test out the controller and make sure everything on the controller works as it should. So now we're in test mode, so we can test all of the directions, all the buttons. So far, so good. Yep, everything works just fine, so cool. So this console and controller seem to be good. Let's go ahead and test out the other console and see if it works. So console and controller number 2 are now connected up. Let's go ahead and boot it up and make sure it works. So that turns on. Controller turns on as well. Let's go ahead and sync that up. So the console booted up. Let me go ahead and set it up and I'll come back. So I went ahead and set everything up and also downloaded Lawn Mowing Simulator. I downloaded the actual one this time instead of the demo. So let's go ahead and boot it up and make sure it works. So far, so good. And I don't know if you guys have played this game before, but it's actually, pretty satisfying. You basically just drive a lawnmower around and mow the grass, but it's kind of relaxing. So here it is, clearly working. I'm not going to play too much, just wanted to make sure it was working. We're going to go back and test out this controller. And then after that, we're going to open these consoles up and see if GameStop actually refurbished anything. Looks like they all work, so we're good to go there. Let's go ahead and open these consoles up and see what's up with them. So here's console number 1. If you remember, this is the one that looks like it has been opened before. As you can see, these 2 little stickers look tampered with. So let's go ahead and try to take those off. Alright, so we got sticker number 1 off, and clearly it has been opened before. And now we have the stickers off, and both of these screws do look like they have some wear and tear, so it's definitely been opened before. Let me go ahead and open it, and we'll see what's inside. So I got all the screws off, got the top off, which looks pretty good. Looks like they wiped that down. This here, I don't know if they actually wiped it down because it still has some dirt inside, but it's not too bad. And then here, I'm not going to open it up all the way, but I kind of just want to take a look and see if we see any dust, and I don't see any dust in the fan, so I think they must have opened it up and cleaned out the fan. Either that or it just wasn't used much at all. But everything here looks good as well. Like I said, I'm not going to open it all the way up, but I'm just curious why they're calling it refurbished. I don't know if they actually cleaned this or not. If anybody works at GameStop and has had their hands on any of these Series S's in the warehouse, let me know. But let's go ahead and open up the second console as well. So I know I said I wasn't going to open it any further, but I decided I wanted to, so I went one more layer, and clearly the fan looks good. I don't see any dust inside in the crevices. The heat sink looks good from what I can see. So I do think they opened this one up and cleaned it out. Either that or it just was never used before and hadn't accumulated like no dust. I don't see anything bad there. So yeah, I mean, I think this one they did open up and actually clean out the insides. I don't know if they actually replaced anything. Probably not. It was probably just a cleaning job. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the second console now. So console number 2, I'm actually not sure if I'm going to open it up all the way just because it looks like it's never been opened. So I'm going to take these little stickers off and see if the screws underneath look like they've ever been opened. If they haven't, then I'm not going to take it apart because there's no need, because it's clearly has not been taken apart. So let's go ahead and check. So I have the stickers partially off. I just wanted to zoom in so I can show you the screw. And yeah, I mean, I don't see like any wear on that screw. Usually if it's been opened before, you'll see some wear and tear on that screw, but that screw looks fine. So I don't think that one's been taken out. Let's take a look at the second one here, which I already kind of popped open the sticker a little bit. And yeah, I mean, I don't really see any wear and tear on that screw. So I mean, maybe they had a replacement sticker and a replacement screw to make it look like it's never been opened before, but I have a feeling it hasn't been. I don't know if this sticker has anything to indicate that, but I'm pretty impressed. Both these consoles look pretty good. The only thing is the controller on the second one was kind of weird. Like obviously some stuff's been replaced, but no big deal as long as it works. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know down below what you think about these consoles, and have a great day.